Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today's video on October 11th, 2024. Talked to somebody last night regarding their trading goals, what they're wanting to do with themselves. They are hardware specialists for networking. They're looking at a variety of courses, some pricey ones, and wanted my opinion on reviews and the like. So I'm going to want to expand this out to certain things that you need to consider if you're in the same boat. It's very important to save yourself from a lot of money being spent unnecessarily with what I'm going to show you here. Okay, first thing everything needs to ask is wherever they're going to go and grab knowledge. There's free knowledge out there. That's fine. You can learn that from YouTube and the like. You can also go to a professional uh, gurus, I guess you call them, and spend thousands of dollars on whoever they are. We don't know. There's a couple other things you need to consider as well. Before you start spending money, I think the number one thing you need to factor in is credibility. When it comes to quant trading, when it comes to high frequency trading, learning, coding, and the like, number one thing you need to ask yourself is credibility. Whenever you are looking and asking who you're going to learn from, number one thing is what have they done? How's their trading? And why are they doing this course? A lot of it are a bunch of scams. I've talked to people quite a bit about they spend a lot of money on stuff and they get nowhere with it. So just before you spend your money, ask yourself that same question. When it comes to trading, and I've said this before, automated trading, there are three parts of automated trading. Number one is trading itself. Are they good traders? Number two, I should say, under trading, are they good analysts? Are they able to see trading opportunities? Number two, obviously, software development, computer science, coding, and the like. That's the second component. When it comes to quant, you got to be pretty good on your math skills as well. So those are the three pieces that you need to have. Most people have both computer science and math, but the trading is another element. So whenever you're going to learn from whoever, you need to ask yourself, why are they teaching this? There's a very common concept out there, or basically saying most people that turn into gurus are failed traders. When they try to do live trading, trying to start up their own trading operation, they're usually failing. And it's very difficult to be very successful at it. So with that, they end up either in academia, probably doing consulting, and starting to make money on the periphery outside of trading. That's why you never ever get guru showing live, real time trading results, trading activity. And there's no excuse for not doing it anymore because there's lots of journaling websites out there that connect into a lot of the brokers. So there's really no excuse for it. But a lot of the reasons you don't find it is because they're failures. So one of the things, another way you can measure yourself is basically by being on a website like TradingView. Here we have TradingView. These are editor picks. So what does this mean? We're shining light on new authors, unique content, and undiscovered market insights. Anyone on trading can be featured in editors picks. Even you and the blah 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 blah. If our global media a mod team sees your idea and likes it, they'll feature it in the homepage where millions of visitors will see it. Okay, so let's start talking about credibility. Guess what? NVIDIA's stellar surge reflection of AI ascendance. Who's that? Good old little old me. So I did get a pick last night. Again, October 11th, 2024. So basically, that means, does that make me credible? Does that make me an all-star? Um, Ask yourself. To get into the editor picks is very difficult out of probably hundreds or thousands per day. But to get that, it's very difficult. So you can see here, they've done a bunch of per day, maybe five. So 15 hours, 17 hours ago, 18, maybe no more than six or seven per day over a 24-hour cycle. No more than 10 out of thousands or maybe hundreds of articles that are posted every day on TradingView. That's going, as it says, out to millions of people. So I got that. Does that make me credible? Should I be gloating? Should I be proud of myself? I don't know. But at the end of the day, that definitely gives you credibility on the trading space. Okay. See, right there. Yeah, that's a thumbs up right there to me. Good job. Anyway, so that's probably your first pick that you should look at to see if people are credible. So now let's start taking a look at these pricey courses. All right, so this came up from a list of what this person from last night was eyeing, wanted my opinion on it. There's a couple of things you need to ask yourself when you get into these sort of things. Last night I put up a course or things on what you should look for when it comes to trading brokers, automated trading brokers. So, right here, what are the key factors? So, this is very similar to what you need to ask yourself, what you need to learn and educate yourself on. Okay. So, basically, this will go through very quickly. Um, what are your needs? What are your needs? What are you trying to accomplish here? Are you taking these courses for career? Are you taking these courses to better yourself to be an independent trader so you can build your own income and be independent and self-employed as an automated trader? Those are the sort of things you need to ask yourself. And before you start spending that kind of money, um, if it's for career and you're making a lot of money and the prices that I'll show you is not a factor, then obviously do it. There's a term there on your business card called alphabet soup. That could be your PhD, that could be your master's, that could be your all these different accreditations you get that I don't think really are a factor. But we'll go through them. So those are the sort of things you need to understand before you go out and start learning stuff at very expensive prices. So let's take a look at what we have here. Um, there's a book out there called, I think books are your best resource. So there's this one called The Book About Building Low Latency Systems. I've put out my recommendation if you're learning to learn C++ and get an HFT, that's all fine and good. But let's see if we can find this. This is on Reddit. Yeah, Amazon's pretty good at covering books, obviously. So let's see what this book is about. Understand the impact application performance latencies put on different use cases. Now, again, this is just low latency applications. So that obviously would be towards high frequency trading, develop an understanding of C++, low latency applications and real world examples, uh, and how to build components of a C++ electronic trading system from scratch. So I kind of have a book on that specifically for C++ and HFT. If you don't know about it, you might want to join that and get on my email list at the same time and get this book for free. This shows you the components that goes into an entire uh, system, not just a system, but all the components that make up an entire trading operation or trading shop. So you can get that. And again, you can get the at the listing below in yellow text or in the description of this video. Coming back to the book, it's important to note most of the need is going to be in this electronic trading system. So if you look at the book itself, see what kind of content they have. Let's see if they have that. So this is what I like about Amazon. You can check out what's in the table of contents, of course. So in here we've got low latency sensitive systems, YC++, low latency applications, common low latency applications. I guess in there you will find, as I said, the trading system, HFT, electronic trading is probably a big one, IoT and the like. Um, on and on it goes, and how to optimize building blocks for low latency applications, building a live trading exchange. Wow. So you could say, yeah, Bloomberg is built in C++, same with the CME and the like. Okay. So there's all the components, matching engine. This is very good. This is very important for HFT. market participants, real-time C++ algorithmic trading systems. Overall, a pretty good book. Now, how much is this book going to cost you? $56. So let's look at other pricing points that you get with this versus, but this is looks like very good coverage of books. Now, again, to do your due diligence, obviously you're going to look at the ratings. A lot of people seem to like it. Yay, yay, yay. Looks good. I've also, just so you know, I have put up my own. If you're new to all this or trying to get in C++, I have a video out right here. This video here called Beginning C++ for Novice to Professional. Okay, so in that video, I introduced the book that I would recommend that I'm learning. I got to relearn all this stuff because I've been 10 plus years in Java and Python, and I got to get back into C++. That's why I'm doing that. Anyways, continuing on. So this is a good book. Now, a factor you need to understand is when it comes to books, you're not part of a community, you're not getting one-on-one support, you're not getting anything. It's just a dry book with a bunch of pages. That's it. And good for learning, but part of the other element obviously is some kind of community that you can be part of. All right, so let's go on to our next one. The Quant Developer Certificate. So I'm sure a lot of you may know about uh, the uh, CQF, QuantNet. I think we have in here. Yeah, we got QuantNet in there. We're going to cover as well. And there's this other one I've not heard of, but I do know this guy here, Thalacians. Now, Thalacians, for those that don't know, they've been running a meetup group, a very big one on quant related presentations in New York and London. And they've got a name for themselves. So they are definitely institutional. They seem to be very well connected. And you can see here that are part of the faculty here. You got this Ivan Zankin from, of all places, Systematic Trading, JP Morgan, and Chase. And that right there, credibility as you can get. So that's an insider right there sharing their information. This guy, Saeed Amen, I'm not sure about them, but let's check out what they have to offer. Okay. So when you go to this, um, okay, so WBS I'll cover in the next section. Um, so Thalacians is pretty big. And I'm not going to go into it. So they cover the usual Python, C++ for learning. KDB we've covered in an interview with KDB themselves. Electronic trading and HFT. Apply for the industry leading QDC program today and get your certificate. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and say if this is good, this is not. The important question you have to ask yourself, is this recognized in the world? Does industry recognize this degree? Because CQF is probably well over 20,000 or approaching 20,000 US. So that's a pretty significant investment that you put in. And are you getting your money's worth out of that when you pass it, that you can throw onto your alphabet soup business card and being able to get interviews with that? It's, I mean, the CFA is going to be the primo outside of education. But again, this is purely for career for most people. They may do this out of self-interest if they got the wallet, the wad of cash to throw around to learn and see what other people are doing. But what really matters is the community that comes with it, and are these actual real live traders. We also have Quantinsti I could probably mention as well, but the question is, are they actually live trading? If they're not live trading, that's what you got to ask yourself, because these are people in the industry that build things for traders. And the question is, what's their trading like? Because you can learn the best of the best, the best code, the best quant models. But if there's no live trading component to what you're learning, you are going to struggle. And I've talked to probably hundreds of people on this. over the years as their number one pain point is that they're learning this stuff, but that's it. It's dry stuff. They do their back testing module, they do their research module, and all this analysis by paralysis. But when it comes to the live trading, a lot of people fail because there's no live trading component to it. That is the weakness of all of these. Okay. So we got 8 to 10 hours weekly time commitment, self paced faculty. So you get all these paper certificates or digital certificates. You have to ask yourself again, it's all about perception. Are these people good trading analysts? Are these people actually trading what they're putting out and what they're teaching? And if they're not, that should be a red flag to you. I'm not here to tell you what is beneficial for you and what is not. That is really what it boils down to is um, what are you benefiting from it? Are you getting just a little certificate to add on your business card or your LinkedIn profile? Or is there actually some live trading component with what you teach that you can apply um, at that point in time and join a community of actual traders doing this stuff? Because question is, are these people actual traders? Um, because the market goes through market regime changes, and right now the market regimes are changing so fast and so short now because of volatility. When you have governments with the kind of debts they have, the inflation they have, trading becomes more and more challenged to make a profit from. So again, you're spending a lot of money on this stuff. So again, you can see here that this course material is for uh, banks, hedge funds, financial technology employ thousands of quantitative software developers with salaries from 124, 100,000 to 115,000 pounds. We have seen jobs that pay in the millions now. Now, especially in the last few months, people are getting laid off. People are getting laid off from large firms as well, and they become your competition to get the same jobs that you want. And right now, I don't think there's enough jobs to cover the candidates. I don't know how many candidates per job there are. I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably thousands and thousands upon thousands of applicants per job. So again, how do you cut above that, even if you do decide to earn this stuff in career? So if you're an older folks, I've kind of covered it where a lot of people are getting out of finance because of the competition is so fierce, especially among younger people, and more importantly, that the pay scales have come down a lot. And we haven't even factored in AI that is pretty well taking a lot of the jobs and careers as well. So, where if you have a passion for that, that's awesome. If you can't get a job, you can't get in the career, what other options do you have? You become self reliant on building your own systems, your own components, and all that. And the same question comes back to where are you learning from? And are these people creators? What are they doing to showcase what they're capable of, not just being a mathematician, not just showcasing what they have as a programmer, as a coder? But let me remind you, last night on TradingView, we got an editor's pick out of thousands of people. Again, it's all about credibility. Okay, that's right on the homepage of editor's pick for TradingView. Going back, I'm not doing that to gloat. I'm just trying to make a point that this is why my channel is starting to kind of get a lot of attention on YouTube. I'm getting free stuff from Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. That's how accomplished I am. Anyway, so coming back to the QDC, I don't even know what the cost is. Let's just say, so you get all these courses. KDB is important. C++ is important. We know all of that. So there's probably a live component to it. So as I said about the Thalacians, they have a heavy interest in AI, machine learning, quant finance, economics, math. And yes, that is true for what they build out. Okay. Let's go to the next one, which will be these guys have been around for a while. It's quantnet.com. So what I want to go over are the courses that they offer. This site has been around for a very long time, probably longer than I have. They're established, probably out there with their forum, their school rankings. They do pretty good. So when I knew about this one course here, the C++ programming for engineering, financial engineering, um, again, here's the price right there, 1450 US. You will learn a lot, no doubt. And what you learn, basic, all the C++ stuff, STL, Boost, computational finance, and all that. Again, knowing all that information, you still need to know how to apply it in a real world of trading. You can't be in a bubble applying this and knowing this, um, because you got to be able to adjust in a live environment at that time. If you were to take a course, let's say like this, 5 times over, and you were building trading models or building out trading strategies and reapplying your trading strategies on 5 sessions of the same course over 5 snapshots of the market, I can guarantee you're going to have guaranteed you'll have 5 different unique courses for each one, even though you're using the same material, because of how the markets are changing so quickly. And depending upon the community that comes out of it, um, that's what makes it even more valuable as well. So there's that for financial engineering. You can see it's very well rated. So the next one they brought out with 28 reviews, again, not cheap, not cheap at all. And I'm not saying that this course is not worth it at that price, but it's to show you what people are paying for the knowledge. So again, you have Python for finance with intro to data science. Okay, again, here's they got personal support. Will provide timely detail and practical feedback on all code instructions. Practitioners in finance with years of industry of experience. Okay, that's fine. But let's say if you apply what you're learning at that time during the course and you apply it at some point in your live trading during the course, are they going to help you get through that? That is key. Um, so they have here uh, exams from, I think it's Barracks, Barracks, whatever university, I can never pronounce it properly, to get your certificate. So this again is a certificate that's probably kind of recognized, no different than the CQF. But it's that how much was it? 1,200 US. Here's a new one. Another financial intuition based options primer for financial engineering. So as I've said before, options in the world of high frequency trading, that's where you're going to make money. I've looked at some of the snapshots of the trading models that they've got here, each individual one. I have to say those are quite valuable. So from a quant math perspective, this might be very well learning, just to learn these models. And if they actually interpret how to apply the math uh, science notification, I guess you could call it, the formulas to actual code, this course might be worth a lot more. Okay, 1250. So that's just my perspective. If you want to learn the math stuff in the world of Python, very, very powerful skill to have on the math quant side. This not new one here is C++ micro, advanced C++ and modern design. So this is probably, as it said, on 11, 14, 17, and 20. As it stands right now, from what I've seen, again, today, the date, uh, October 11, 2024. I do that because it's important for time stamping into the future here on YouTube. Right now, I think most firms that I've seen for good paying jobs in C++ HFT are using C++ version 17. That's why the book that I've chosen, I've just highlighted, is for focusing on 17 as more and more firms are rolling into the features of 20. Usually, those same firms are going to be one major release behind. They don't want to be on bleeding edge for potential bugs and the like. So they fall back only on usually 2 major releases behind and eventually upgrade one a major release behind. So obviously there's C++ 23 three out, and there nobody's moving into it yet until probably 3 years from now and upgrading their code. Okay, so that's pretty good for quantnet.com. Again, the forum's very good for questions. I think that's obviously for free. Um, see, but this is more career based. There's not a lot of trading. There's so many other courses out there, and it looks kind of active as well. So I'm going to leave it at that. So that's a good resource, even for free. You don't want to spend the cash. Okay, so let's look at some more of these. So that's QuantNet. I think we've covered this book here. So we're now looking at the WBS, which is coming back to the Galatians group. So these guys, it's very confusing because here, this is a sample email that this person sent me. So you got to hold either the CFA, CQF, FRM, PRM, CAIA, CAIA, ARPM, and BTRM to get qualified to take these further courses for the price I'm about to show you, which is very expensive, most expensive yet. Okay, so talking about the alphabet soup, again, the CFA is very important. I will somewhat say the CQF is good. The others I don't know. I know ARPM. I think the designation might not mean a lot, but learning from that institute is excellent. Back in the day, it was on MATLAB. It may be on Python. I don't know. There's just so many of these out there, but they're good to know. So in order to take what I'm about to show you, you have to be a holder of one of these designations. So what are you going to be able to apply for? Funny thing is, we got algorithmic trading certificate, yet another certificate on top of what you're supposed to already have among these. So let's check it out. So it's already a 30% or sorry, 40% discount. That's in pounds. This is a British organization, so you got to add on another 30% on top of that for the for the further education of yet more education. And there are going to be a lot of people out there. That's all they do is just spend money, educate, educate, educate. When it comes to live trading, they fall apart. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start, blah, 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 blah. So that's part of the issue here. Here we have Artificial Intelligence Financial Institute certificate. Again, 4,000 pounds. So add on another 30% for US dollar. That is a lot of money. Okay. And that doesn't stop. LLM in finance certificate. Been reduced to $1,800. Machine Learning Institute certificate. This one's now 5750. Machine Learning Institute certificate. Gain a understanding and their application in finance. Somebody's making a lot of money here that are actual people paying this out in exorbitant amount of money. And again, this is probably from the people behind Galatians. Okay. Uh, so there's we've already covered this one, the quantitative developer certificate and so on. So I'm not going to sit here and say don't do it, but you really got to ask yourself, what are you getting for the money? Usually what you're getting is something dry and very just static. Like there's no community any that comes with it right now. Right. So why am I saying this? Well, book is definitely well worth it. I've already mentioned some of the other things that might be worth it. That's very unique. But again, you have to ask yourself, what when you spend this money, what is coming out of this? What are you able to do? I have spent, or sorry, I've talked to many people in the field who have felt I've spent a lot of money, got nowhere with it because I didn't know how to apply it. I didn't know how to uh, build a trading model out of it or something active because it just at the time that I come up with an idea, it's not right. The market regime's not, it's not applicable to what you learn. You learn the infrastructure. So that's some of the problems of these courses. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build out community of people, private community, and be able to bring in traders as well that are actually live trading that have recognition. As I said with the Trading View, that's why I like Trading View a lot. But they just don't have the technical know-how or the modeling algo know-how to build out full-on trading strategy or bot, as the youngins call them, as well. So these are things you need to factor in. What are you getting out of it? So on and so forth. So I don't know if I pitched this yet, but if you go over again to the quantlabsnet.com, learn and get in on the newsletter that I send out. Um, so what I'm going to be building out is this is HFT C++, very challenging technology to learn and apply. But even for career, it pays a lot, and probably the best pay you'll get as a developer. It pays the best as a trader. And more importantly, even if you came out of an Ivy League school, some of these firms pay the highest that any school university intern will get, where some of these interns are being paid 20 to 40,000 per month as an intern in the summer, but they're very difficult to get because a lot of these firms will do tests out of Hong Kong, and it's like a competition that they have to apply for these internships to get that kind of compensation. But they learn a lot by going through it. Anyhow, there's that. So that is what we're building out. But the other more important thing is that I do the analysis as well. I don't go on about it, but I do it behind the scenes. So, for instance, for those that may not know, I'm able to watch, let's say, the markets, sectors, equity, stock market. I track over 64 market sectors, so I know what's moving in profit. I've also got um, trading scripts that I've developed over the last year or so, all in Python, and they run every day, and I post them uh, over in my private groups. Uh, Let me just get over to my website again. So again, that's at quantlabsnet.com. You go under the groups, which I don't really talk about a lot because nobody seems to have an interest in it over the last year or so. But if you go under more, you go under groups, you'll find all the groups I'm talking about. I gather news, I gather all the hottest sectors, what ETFs are trading, blah, 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 blah. And I also have the Quant Elite membership as well, where I go over some of the news that people are asking about in terms of coding and quant related stuff. So that's going to be behind a paywall very soon. I only have the one group, which will be free, which is this one. I'm sorry, this one right here, which is just news. So I do that behind the scenes. Nobody knows about it unless you sign up to the newsletter, as I said, under Learn, and get on the newsletter as well. So that's done pretty well every day. And on top of that, it moves on. So again, unless I hate to do this over and over again, but unless you're getting the credibility on something like TradingView, and I would just say, look at like does like getting an editor's pick, does that make me a better trader? Does it make me a better person than all these other people that are charging literally thousands of dollars at WBS, at all these other places, at QuantNet or QuantInsti or CQF and whatnot? And these are thousands of dollars. But if they're so great as an analyst, they should have some rep on TradingView, putting their analysis out there every day and trying to see if they get editors picked. So this is the sort of thing you got to look for. It's one thing to say you're a coder. It's one thing to say you're a mathematician. That's two of the three components I said earlier of being a full-on automated quant HFT C++ guy. It's also trading, and the trading matters. Trading results matter because that's what brings in the dollars. You can learn all the best stuff on the planet technically and mathematically, but if those are not applied from an analysis point of view, I question those others in terms of their actual trading capabilities, because they should have reps from wherever they are from, being on websites, pretty well the largest website on the planet, TradingView, and putting their analysis out based upon what they see from the technical things that they build and the mathematical techniques they use for building out strategies to showcase their analysis and put that up on TradingView as part of their analysis. It's a simple concept. And the next step that I plan to do is to have live trading with the um, software trading journals that I have. If and when I do that and I become top dog, I've already shown you what people are paying for, but that doesn't mean it's 100% credible, because you have to show the trading results of what you're learning and what you're applying. If there's no trading results associated with it, I'm sorry to tell you that you need to ask yourself, are you really wanting to spend money, thousands of dollars, just to get some letters from some accreditation that may get you through the door to get an interview among thousands of applicants per job that you're applying for? You need to figure that out, understand that, and bring it down to all the concepts in the world. So that's what I'm trying to tell people is you need to also add in the live trading piece on their analysis and their trading results. That's what matters more importantly than anything else, because you can learn how to build a car, you can learn how to make it go faster, but when you throw it in a competition like a Le Mans, you know, there's other people building the same type of car trying to, and if yours wins in the Le Mans race, guess what? Not what you're building out, what you're teaching, but you're better than most because you're in a contest to make it better. That's pretty well how it works. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you get on the email list, as well as I said here on quantlabsnet.com, and get yourself applied. One last thing I want to mention. I mentioned this when I was in Europe in the last 6 weeks. Very, very important. I got the go ahead now. If you want to learn, like top dog learning, okay, let me just show you. If you look up, and I mentioned this in a prior video or post, but for those that may not know, there's a London Gherkin. Um, I can now do live trading conferences, live trading workshops in this building. This is in London, UK. It's a well known building. St. Mary's, right in the heart of the financial world. I was there maybe 4 months ago, 5 weeks, sorry, a month, 5 weeks ago. I was blown away what's available. So we can now start doing live conferences in London, UK, on the concepts I'm uh, bringing to the table. They will not be cheap, because look at the facility you're getting right in the heart of London, UK. And as I said, that building right there is probably the epicenter of the financial world in London, UK, outside of New York and Chicago. But it's definitely a top three for sure. And some would say top, me being British, that's number one in the world. So yeah, we can start doing live conferences from this, like live trading workshops, learning all kinds of stuff. It's up to you if you want to join this kind of community, if you want to be part of it. And obviously, if you looked at a lot of the companies around this building, they're top notch, the big banks. So if we apply, we're like we just achieved 2,000 newsletter subscribers, which is the highest I've ever achieved for the last 10 plus years. Out of that list, most recently, we've included principals in large banks. We've included principals from large financial trading firms that you know, name brand. These are people that are probably learning for themselves to boost their career. These are high achievers, these are high performers. So they're part of my email newsletter. On top of that, we're also getting recruiters also looking for the coders, top pro coders as well. They are part of my email list. Once I start building out, depending upon you, if you want to be part of it, you could probably enhance your career by being part of what is being built out right now. As I said, This is why this is this is why I mentioned the book that I put out in the uh previous um previous email that I showed earlier. So again, it's going to get kind of exciting. It will not be cheap because I cannot charge $200 for this kind of facility to learn how to do trading, automated trading. People are going to have to pay into the thousands to be part of this facility because it's not cheap, but it can be done. And I've got to go ahead to do it as of this morning. Hooray. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good day.